You and I have been talking about the Bane Voice recently because we discovered how to make the Bane Voice.
And we got to make.
Are you ready?
It's the absolute best. Here's the easiest way to make the Bane Voice. You get an empty cup.
And then you talk like a Britishman.
Or
I wonder how that sounds on the microphone. I hope it's picking up.
I'm going to give it to the people.
you get a cup, or if somebody sends flowers to the office, you steal the vase, and then
Suddenly, the people have created the world's greatest Bane.
I love
That's really good.
I walked around with this for like a week. Someone got flowers, then they were throwing it away. I was like, wait, what are you doing? What are you doing with that vase? And we kept it.
That's
and then
actually yours? You've
We
carried that
kept
around
that.
for that purpose?
Miles has that fucking vase within arm's reach
You're
all
a
the
piece
time.
of shit. I just thought he found it like today while we were getting ready.
No.
Because he's been doing it all goddamn day.
Michael,
Ready for the
things are
podcast.
not that
And
simple.
Jack and I have threatened his life so often.
Yeah, we
for it already.
did. We did threaten to punch him.
I sit here, I feel that the fire rises amongst the people on the couch.
I love this vase. Do it.
It's not going to
Do
make
it.
it through.
Michael, give in to your feelings.
If you give him that, he's going to break it.
You know,
I'm gonna hit you
I
with
actually
it, or
had a theory
just
the
throw
other
it.
day that Bane's plot to take over Gotham was actually super simple, but that nobody understood him, like none of his henchmen. He's like,
Don't shoot them!
What? I don't. What is he fucking saying?
Let's search the city and kill every policeman that's found.
put the policeman underground?
No. It might get too complicated.
We decided that had they made The Dark Knight Rises just about 3 characters, you wouldn't be able to understand a word they're saying. There was
Oh, right.
there's Bruce Wayne. Where is he? Then
That's
there's
Batman. That's not Bruce Wayne. That's Batman.
I'm sorry, you're
It's
right.
whatever,
There's
Batman.
Then there's Bane.
Bane with the fire rises for the people. I'm going to get you, man. I was born in the darkness. You merely
And then there was crying Michael Caine.
Crying my way. You came into it all.
Yeah, which, by the way,
I worship you. What?
the house
cried.
burned down in the first one, right? Did he not? He's like, you cries echoed through these hallways. It's like it burned down. It echoed through shit.
Combine all 3 of them. Combine all 3 of them.
Michael, do Michael Caine if he stole Bane's mask. Do that.
Give in to the pressure, Michael.
I gotta think about this. If your cries
No price. Echo through these hallways. Ever since you were a baby boy.
I tried not to laugh so hard.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
I really
dude,
wish that.
that's gonna sound like
Yeah,
on the audio.
I
gonna
really
sound awesome.
wish that the Penguin had been in one of the Dark Knight movies, because then they could have had Morgan Freeman as Lucius Fox being like, the Penguin migrates to Gotham City once every 5 years.
When you guys were new and I didn't want to bother learning your names, I don't know if you remember this, I went through a period where I just referred to you both as Kyles at the same time.
Oh, I remember that.
I was like, hey, Kyles, come over here. I was like, I knew I'd get both of you.
Remember that one time you kicked me out of the office because you didn't know I was the intern?
It was your first-
You suck.
I showed up and I was like, hey, I'm here to see Brandon. They told me to meet me here at 5 o'clock. Well, no, first I'd walked in. I was like, hey, Gus. And you're like, ooh, from like a prairie dog from behind your computer. And I'm just getting stuff set up upstairs. And you walk up, like, hands behind your back, really sheepish, like, hey, what's going on, dude? I was like, oh, yeah, I'm here to meet Brandon, Chris. I got stuff going on today. And you're like, that's cool. So, yeah, they went out to lunch. Probably won't be back for half an hour. So
Get out.
if you could just...
No, you were like, oh, it's cool, I'll wait for them. And I was like, no.
Yeah, no.
You gotta-
So instead, I just left work at GameStop to come and put in my like work as an intern, and you're like, yeah, you can't be here. I was like, oh, okay, I guess I'll go back and just stand around with my manager.
Yeah,
at
you were like,
GameStop.
I guess I can go back to GameStop. And I was like, yeah.
Yeah, you should do.
Why don't you do that?
You should do that. Okay, bye.
In your
Yeah.
defense, Brandon didn't tell me shit.
Well, that's because
It's Brandon.
Yeah,
It's like,
that's
okay,
Brandon.
How
So-
is that in Miles' defense?
Like,
Isn't
it's
that
not
your
his
defense?
fault.
Wait, no, yeah, that's
no,
what you're
he's
saying.
deflecting blame.
He didn't put a bad image on himself. To be fair, he got really drunk and bought clothes online, and he accidentally bought skinny jeans. Which, by the way, he's specifically not supposed to wear because of his nut situation with his stapled
His
ball.
staple ball.
What?
You know, his ball stapled because it's like he's got that injury.
I was not.
How do
aware
you
of this.
not know aware of Gavin's ball thing? That's
don't
what
know.
It's like Gavin's ball thing, slow-mo guys, Rooster. That's how it works.
Gavin's balding is actually one of the
Gavin's
most followed
one-
Twitter accounts out there.
Gavin's one ball like twisted into like
It
kept
cut off its own blood
it kept
supply.
twisting, so it was cutting off its like blood supply. So they had to untwist it and then like from what I aware, somewhat like staple his
Yeah,
ball
so it doesn't
to the
retwist.
side of his leg so it doesn't retwist.
No, they think they stapled the vein or
Whatever.
Whatever.
There's a staple in his nutsack somewhere, but he can't.
The cable.
He's not supposed to ride horseback ever. He's not supposed to ever ride He's not supposed to ever ride a bicycle.
Oh.
And he's not supposed to wear tight pants. And he bought skinny jeans. He's like, well, I bought them, so I'm wearing them. God. Like that's why in the one like Slender video, there's like an outro where he's on my shoulders, and at the end he's like, "Oh, my Jenny's a breaking."
Oh, my Jenny.
Yeah, because his nuts will like explode if he rides on things.
I love Gavin.
Somebody asked me if on things.
Yeah, if Gavin rides on like the little horse outside the supermarket, he'll bust his nuts.
That's
Not in the good way, in the
Wait,
bad way.
You should film that in slow mo.
Is there a good way of busting nuts though?
Well, busting your nuts is good,
I guess-
generally
well, I
speaking,
guess so.
Jack.
Man.
No, Jack, we're gonna show you a book later. Talk with you about it.
What are you guys talking about?
Poor Jack. So
I don't get it.
Look at that dog. He's hurting that other dog.
Mom and Dad fighting again. 7,000.
I don't think I've ever taken off a shirt like this in my life. I don't think I've ever done that.
Oh, yeah, I don't know how you do that. I feel like my elbows would lock. It's like you would end up in a straight jacket, right? Like you're like this. You're like, oh fuck, I'm
I will
stuck.
say this.
Yeah.
I don't know her name, but imagine a stripper with the name Dark Chocolate.
That's exactly what
Okay.
Brandon said. Her name was Dark Chocolate.
Was her name really Dark Chocolate?
that's what he
Okay,
said.
imagine a
It actually
stripper.
was.
Imagine a stripper named Dark Chocolate. Make her 3 times as big. That was this stripper. Okay, they're all laughing. Apparently, she was really expensive. I don't believe that one
No,
bit.
it's absolutely true. I
So-
remember that.
Twice as much.
It was more.
I'm getting a side-by-side, play-by-play story here, and I'm told it was twice as much.
He is absolutely telling the truth. It was.
Okay.
It was more because she had a special talent.
Yeah, I'm getting to that.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So I'm sitting in the chair. I don't want to be here. I'm like just dripping sweat, but I don't know how to, like, whenever I'm in an awkward situation, I just laugh. That's how I
Laughs
deal with
nervously.
nervously. So she leans forward and she says the words, "I'ma smother you in my titties." And I burst out laughing. I just started laughing uncontrollably, and the next thing I know, it was and I couldn't. I'm suffocating in her titties, and I'm laughing my ass off.
There was that,
And then oh wait, what was all I remember?
the other
is
thing
this.
was she absolutely had a booty technique. Dude, it was
I
all
think I
like
repressed
it was
that.
all like she bent over and did the thing where it's
I
like
think
how
I
does someone
repressed
do
that,
that?
but no.
The whole
I
time
was laughing.
he was laughing.
I'm laughing
All right.
with a face full of. It was essentially just 30 seconds of me going.
Somewhere I see Jordan out in California going,
For the record, Brandon tells me that when you went and paid her and pointed at you, she looked at you and burst out laughing.
nice.
Oh no.
Okay.
Wait, real quick. The last part is I'm over and
He's
she
getting pissed.
stops mid
No.
her thing and rears back and she looks at me. She goes, "Are you retarded or something?" I go, "No, I'm just really having a hard first time," and just continue to laugh. and-
Kyle's behind a camera. He's like beat red right now.
The best part about that, the best
It
part
was
about
awful.
that is while this is going on, Chris, who had also apparently never been to a strip club
Oh my
before,
God, I forgot
found
about
it so
Chris.
funny, he takes out his phone and tries to start recording it. He's like, and filming it in like a second. There was like
Bubbles
this
the
huge
bouncers
dude. He was like, he ripped the phone right out of his hands. And he's like, delete this. And he deleted it. And Chris is like,
I just wish those bouncers were everywhere.
yeah,
Yeah,
dude, it was
that'd be
like
great.
instant. Chris is like, this thing, but oh God, no.
You know, I've actually seen.
Because if you feel tingling on the left, like you're fucked and you're having a heart attack.
If you had to choose your last words, what would they be?
God damn it. But I was sitting
That's
there.
fair.
I was sitting there before they told me, like, you know, it's not your heart or anything like that. It's just muscular. I'm sitting there and I told Lindsay afterwards and I was like, I told myself, I'm like, God damn it, heart, you will not give out because I swear to God, if I die, every comment ever will be like, "Oh, he rage quit life." His heart rage quit. So I said, I had a moment. I'm
How you
laying,
gonna escape that
I'm
thing?
laying there in the hospital bed. I said,
no.
I gotta get hit by a car or something like that. I was like, I have to die in the most extravagant way ever.
Yeah.
I'm laying in the hospital bed, and I told her, I was like, my brain had a conversation with my heart. It's like, all right, listen, fucker. No. Like, I don't care if you, like, fucking get hit by a car, you get squashed by an anvil, a fucking, you know, some whatever. You blow up in an explosion. It will not be a heart problem. No. So then, even
you're
then, I
saying is-
tweet, and every fucking reply is like, oh, rage quit.
Well, anyway, so I pointed out, as I do every single time we go to Los Angeles, that, hey, we're in Los Angeles. We're only 5 hours away from Vegas. And I just pointed that out. Gus goes, I'm not going to Vegas.
Because I knew where this was going.
He goes, I'm not going to Vegas. I go, what do you mean you're not going to Vegas? And he gets so fucking infuriated. He's in the back of the van. I'm driving. I'm like, what's going on? Why are you so mad about Vegas? He goes, I'm not going to Vegas. don't talk about Vegas. And I said,
You're spinning this.
Okay.
You're spinning this. You had been saying, let's go to Vegas for about an hour at this point.
I wanted people to go to
I know,
Vegas.
it was not just a
had a
casual
van.
mention. And you were like, let's go to Vegas, let's go to Vegas. And that's when I was like, I'm not going to Vegas.
So we're in the Del Taco parking lot in like downtown LA, like right on Transvestite Alley. Like, it's where
Great
we are.
alley.
He's
Great
not
alley.
kidding.
Is that the
What's
name
that?
of the street?
I said, he's not kidding.
No, I'm not kidding. They're having like a screening of Cloud Atlas, and then there was.
Oh.
Oh, come on.
See, now
That's
people,
okay.
this is what people
That's
gonna shit on.
referendum.
Come on.
That's totally
God
fine.
damn it.
This podcast does not support Bernie's comments.
I do
and
not agree with
opinions.
Bernie.
Used by Bernie Burns and not supported by
He speaks for
Bernie.
himself and only himself.
So we're in the Del Taco
Asshole.
drive-through, and I say, guys, look, I'm gonna say one last time. We can just get Del Taco. We drive straight to Vegas from here. We've seen everything we're to see at E3. So Gus says, I swear to God, this is at 1 in the morning. If you say Vegas one more time, I'm getting out of this van.
I may or may not have been a little drunk at this point as
little?
well.
I'm gonna say May. And I said, fine. I go, okay, fine. I give up. I will not mention Vegas for the rest of the night. I apologize.
No.
Because I said Vegas.
You said, really? You're that upset? You would leave the van if I said Vegas? And I was like, in my mind, I was like, he's testing me. Because I was like, I just said I would leave the van, and he just said it. I was like, if I don't leave, he knows I'm a pussy. So I have to leave.
Listen,
So
I know
got
you're a
so
pussy
angry,
anyway, whether you're in the van or out
I
of
don't
it.
remember, I started punching the back of your seat.
You did. Like a big pussy.
I opened the van door and just walked out.
Into the night.
It was my first time ever in LA. This was in 2001, before like iPhones and maps and shit.
We were alive then, too.
Like I walked a block down the street, realized my mistake.
What have I done?
Yeah.
I made a
Because,
huge
like
mistake.
he's right. It was like this was a sketchy ass part of LA.
It was pretty seedy.
It was
Yeah.
near Hollywood, right? It was like down or like,
Yeah, it was in the Hollywood area.
Yeah.
So I
It's
walked.
one of those places where you're like walking, you stop and you go, hey, do I know my blood type? Like you actually ask yourself that question.
Yeah, I walked into a 7-Eleven, withdrew cash from an ATM, and just started trying to find a cab. So I got a cab. I took a cab back to our hotel. Go ahead. I packed all my shit, and I was like, I'm flying back to Austin tonight. Fuck this. I'm going home.
He left a note on the bed.
Are you serious?
See you in Austin,
So I was like,
bitch.
yo,
That's exactly what you wrote.
No, I wrote, see you in Austin, assholes.
Asshole.
Wait, so did you guys go to Vegas?
No.
No!
So that they're looking for me. They can't find me because I
Yeah, because you're an
bolted
asshole.
into
They're
the night.
driving the streets in the ghetto
So
looking for you.
I start calling the airline. I realize I cannot get on a flight that night. So like, fuck. So I'm so spiteful and vindictive that I found another hotel to stay at. And I booked
gets worse. It
a
gets
night
worse.
at the other hotel.
Gets worse.
How does it get
I had a
worse?
cab take me over there.
Okay.
These guys can't find me. I'm not responding to any of their phone calls or
You're
texts.
a fucking dickhead.
The next morning, they're like, hey, where are you?
He has such regret. He's like, I'm at this hotel here. It takes us fucking 3 hours in a van to find him in LA because he doesn't know where he is.
I told
You're
you,
a piece of
you
shit,
didn't know
friend.
where I was.
We
I
were
told
driving
you exactly where I was.
everywhere, and Jeff was
Did you
like,
call his name like a lost dog?
Jeff says I was like slowly squeezing the steering wheel so hard that it was like pinching the steering wheel. And Jeff's in the passenger seat like this, watching me. And he said I got madder and madder. I got in a fight with a guy at a gas station because I stopped to ask directions. It was a nightmare. Such a child. It was like the worst. And Matt was like, who the fuck is this guy? First time he's ever meeting Gus, that like he throws this tantrum. And, like when he went off into the night, he throws open the side door of the van. He throws it open like this, and all you see is Gus silhouetted against the night sky like this. Punching
the air?
Yeah, he's so mad. He's like,
Okay, wait. So what's your issue with Vegas? Like, what?
No, like I just didn't want to go to Vegas, and I felt like I was being forced to go to Vegas.
He had a bad
So
incident with a
what?
stripper in
What?
Vegas.
What happened?
I didn't
He's
want to
so
go.
white.
And
You
then
don't
I
go to
took you
Vegas.
to-
Don't go to Vegas.
I took you to Vegas like 3 or 4 years later, and you loved it.
I like Vegas.
Yes.
I just didn't want to go at that time. It was, like you said, it was late at night. I didn't want to spend 5 hours in a van with
Gus
my
is-
contacts in.
You are such a
And get there.
stubborn fuck. You are so fucking stubborn.
I am.
So that game is an enormous game.
Yes.
It's a weird football game where it's not held in Austin and it's not held in Oklahoma. It's held in Dallas. It's at a neutral site because it's such an
It's like
intense rivalry.
halfway between the two
Right.
In the
teams.
middle at noon.
So it's a huge game, and we all, of course, everybody goes and gets fucking hammered at the game.
Yes.
Texas got destroyed this year, like 66-3 or what was it?
I stopped watching the first quarter.
Who
and
gives a
half.
shit?
I turned it on for like 5 seconds. I was like, no.
It's like if you follow any other sports, it's like I don't know, like Manchester United versus Arsenal or Cowboys, Redskins, or anything like that. It's a big rivalry for our school in particular. Anyway, so the first year I ever went there, there was this girl who had this stuff called Bear Claw, which was some kind of honey and Everclear liquor that she would make and put in the top of her closet for like 6 weeks to ferment it.
Wow.
And we were drinking that.
That's sophisticated.
I got really fucked up, and I was trying to take care of this older guy who got completely fucked up. That's a funny story.
Take care
Good
of
guy,
him.
Burnie. No, I got you.
I was actually like holding him up like at a urinal. Like you hold him by the back of the shirt while he's like wobbling
Or
and
the
pissing.
front.
And then I'm dragging him back down the stadium stairs to his seat, and there's this girl with another drunk girl coming up the stairs this way, and it's like our two drunk idiots lock eyes, and they just start making out like right there in the middle of the stairways. Yeah, it's like we had to break him up, and then I get him back to his seat.
You should have started making out with the other girl.
Yeah, there you go.
Like, hey, what's up?
Yeah,
Pair off.
smart man. See, waffles for buns and making out with the chaperone. I should have thought about it. But my buddy John Cross, I call my buddy. I fucking hate him. He's a fucking dickhead. John, if you're watching the podcast, I've never liked you. Ever. Sorry to break it to you. But he gets the idea. He goes, "Hey Burnie, we're winning the game. It's like 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Let's run out the field." I go, I'm so drunk by this point. I'm like, let's do this. Yeah. So we go down, and it's like one of those things where the first row, there's a railing and then a drop off. Like maybe like 6 feet drop down.
Maybe 20 feet.
And then a track, and then the football field, right? So, and there's security guards everywhere. And I was young when I went to college. I was 17 when I was a freshman. I turned 17 when I was a freshman in college. And so I was way too young to be drunk and in public like that. And so there's all these people, we're all crowding in. People used to rush the field, I guess, a lot more back then. And we're all crowded, we're all about to jump. And I was excited because like John's right there. He's like, we're gonna do this on 3. We're gonna go. We're all gonna go. It's gonna be a big rush. And so it's like now it's like 2 minutes left in the game. So he goes, go. So we jump. Everybody fucking jumps. I dart between 2 security guards, and there's all these fucking people. We rush the field. The game is still going on. I rushed out there, but I was the first one out, so I was so excited.
Cheering, right?
I'm cheering. I'm the first one out there. I get all the way out to midfield. I turn around. Nobody else.
Oh my God.
Damn it.
I'm out on the fucking center of the field with the football players by myself. And I'm so drunk. I'm out there. They were like 20, 30 yards away from me, the football team and the 2 football teams. And then I look up and I say, "Oh, look, the band's coming out in the field." It's not the band, it's security guards. It's like a fucking
fuck you up.
It's a group of security guards, and they start to like you around me. And then I realize it, and I'm drunk, and I'm so fucking drunk. I think to myself, if I get to the end zone, they can't touch me.
Was the crowd cheering, Burnie?
Wow.
Miles, can I tell you one of the greatest moments of my life? When I broke the goal line, everyone in that U went, yeah! And cheered, 'cause I was hauling ass. I was trying.
Get the fuck off me.
I was struggling to get away from them. I was running, and then I got to the end zone, and then I saw the tunnel, right? I saw the tunnel where everybody comes out, the football players come out, and I thought, I just got to make it to that tunnel. I'm running, I run by the goalpost, and this short Mexican woman security guard steps out from behind the goalpost, and I'm running full speed. She takes both her fists, and she goes, boom, right in the middle of my chest, and I did a fucking somersault. I did a somersault backwards, land on my ass. And let me tell you, when security guards grab you, they are not nice.
No, they're not.
They were like
asshole that ran on the field.
they were grabbing my throat and like fish hooking me and shit. And this is the unbelievable part of the story. They said, they grabbed me, and one guy goes, he like grabs me by the collar and yanks me, and he goes, "Kid, how old are you?" And I said, "I'm only 17. He goes, "Go back to your seat. Get out of here."
What?
Wow. They let me go back to my seat and watch the rest of the
That's really funny.
I would have been in Guantanamo today if that had happened.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh my God! I can't believe they just sent you back to your seat.
I gotta find some buddies now for the linked up, see if any of my friends, because there's pictures of
There's
it.
got to be video of that.
No, there's
video.
honestly, there's not video from, not everyone had a video
8mm
camera.
film, some of this rolling.
Yeah, there was a wide
camera.
And now it appears a boy has run on the field. And, Consuela from Family Guy is subduing. That's what I envisioned when he said a short Mexican one. Just, no, like,
She fucking decked me.